Hello everyone. Today we are talking about writing a blurb. Now I know that most of you know what a blurb is because we have done it before. But if you haven't done it yet, then I'm going to explain to you now what it is all about. A blurb is the back cover of a book. And it is extremely important because a blurb is the thing that helps to sell that book, because people read the back of the book to see what it's all about. And if it's not interesting, then they don't buy that book. So it's extremely important that what is written on the back of that book gets the attention of the reader. So I want to show you, I've got Narnia here, and you can see there at the back, they wrote some of the story. You never write the whole story there because you still want people to wonder what is going to happen next. So it's important that you end that blurb on some type of cliffhanger, which means you want them to wonder, wow, what is going to happen next? I better read this book because it seems so interesting. So this is the Narnia book for the grade 7s that they are going to design a blurb for. Now there's already one here, but what I want you to do is to use all the information that you've gathered so far by reading some of Narnia. I know that not all of you are finished with it yet. So that means whatever you've read so far and whatever you can remember about the story, you're going to use to write the blurb for Narnia. For the grade 6s, you are going to write, and I've got your Freak the Mighty here. So you are going to write the blurb for Freak the Mighty. If you look at this one, it doesn't give a lot of information, but if you look at it, you will see that it has different size fonts. It has, it's not all the same. It's interesting the way they wrote it, and they write just a little bit to make the reader just wonder what is going to happen next, and so that they will want to buy this book. Okay, so the grade 5s, you're going to do Danny, the champion of the world, and the grade 4s, of course, will do James and the giant peach. Now, if you look at my board here, I'm going to move out of the way so that I can show you these pictures. I have got this all for you on Collaborum, so you will be able to see all of this there. But this is just some examples so that you know what to do when you design your blurb. So first of all, I'm going to give you some pointers to know and look out for when you decide what you're going to write in your blurb. So I've got this for you on Collaborum. You can have a look at it again. But here it says the first thing that you want to do is set the stage. So what you want to do is you want to decide who's the hero in this story, and then introduce that hero in an exciting way. Don't just write about the hero and they won't even be interested in it. Then what is his role or her role? Then think of some adjectives that you can use to describe this amazing hero and what makes that hero interesting. Then you want to reveal the setting. Where does this take place? Where was this book written? The setting, where does the story basically take place? Is it fantasy? Then what is that world like? Or if it's fiction, what is the time or when it happened? And then you want to reveal the current situation. So if I think about a book like James and the Giant Peach, it starts off with poor James's parents being killed by a rhinoceros. So then that is already something that grabs the reader's attention. So that would be something great to mention that starts in the beginning. And then follow it up by saying, and he ends up with his disgusting, horrible aunts that treat him so badly until something magically happens. And James is taken to a new world by an enormous speech. And the way you want to write all of that is just to make it sound so interesting and use great adjectives to describe all of that. All right. And then there's always a problem. So the problem in James would be his horrible aunts and how he would be able to get away with it. The problem in Narnia is the White Witch. In Freak the Mighty, there's Loretta and that whole thing. I don't want to give away the whole story before you've read it or finished reading it. And then that is what you will think of. In Danny, the champion of the world, there's Victor Hazel, who is the guy who lets them come and poach pheasants there, but he doesn't allow them to do it, so they do it secretly, but he is the antagonist in that story. So you want to think about who is it that turns that hero in your story's life upside down, and you want to introduce that. Then what goal is this hero trying to achieve, and what stands in his way, and what is at stake, and then remember to end it in the right way. So that's your story as you write the blurb. But I also want to just show you, if you look on the board here, I've just given you a few examples of different blurbs. Colorful always grabs their attention. If you look at this one, it's really nice how they use these vertical lines and then just have this circle in the middle. Here's another one that's nice and colorful with a frame around it that they used. And on this one, you can see that they used words in a great way where you read it almost like the Star Wars movies. And it's really great that they use different colors and different fonts in it. So you can use pictures, you can use different fonts, and you can just make sure that this is really colorful and great. If you want to write James and the Giant Peach in a giant peach, you can do that. I once read a book where it was all about the secret door, and the whole blurb was written in the shape of the keyhole of a door, and all the words fit into that shape of a keyhole. So you can decide how you want to make it interesting and great. And I'm looking forward to seeing that. And don't worry, I will mark that when we're back in class. Don't forget to write your blurb in the back of your grammar book, where we always do creative writing. And then I will be able to mark it when we're back at school again. Hopefully that won't be too long, because this lockdown is getting me down. Anyway, it was nice speaking to you again, everyone. Have a great day. Bye-bye.